Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to have a go at modelling a piece of furniture. So we're going to start modelling this Wassily chair. So I've got this image here that we're going to use as a reference. I've also got some measurements and reference images as well. So to begin with, I'm going to come up here and click on canvas here. I'll go to insert and canvas. I go to insert from my computer, and then I've got mine already selected. So I'm going to select which plane I'm going to go on, which will be this one here. And for now, I'm just going to click OK and bring that in. I'm going to do the same again and go on the side plane there. Now what we want to do is make sure we've got it the right size. So I have got another image open. So if I drag that over so you can see it. So I've got measurements here that we're going to go from. So I'm going to drag that to my other screen and I'll just read out the measurements as we put them in, just so we've got them as a reference. So we're going to go to the front. I'm going to open this, bring down the arrow, I'm going to right click, go to calibrate. And what we want is that edge to that edge should be, so that says something nice, I'll be in centimeters, so it'll be 790. Enter. So we've got that in there, and then let's edit and just try and bring that as close to the center as we can do. Something like that. I'm going to do the same on this one here. So let's right click and calibrate again. And on this one, what we need is for here to here to be 69. So let's do 690. Hit enter. And then I'm going to right click, edit, flip that around by selecting that, and then bring that up into position as well. Okay, I'm then going to give that a quick save. So then autosave kicks in, and then we're going to have a go and start to model it. So if I bring over the last image I was looking at. So if you see here on the frame, this front and side one is all one solid piece. So what we're doing is going to draw half of it and do a pipe, and then this part here is separate, and then we've got these two little parts where the seat are separate as well. So a lot of sketching and then using pipes to go along with it. So I'm going to create a sketch. But before we do that, what I'm going to do, because that's right in the center, let's go to construct and do a offset plane. I'm going to select that. I'm going to drag that across like that, so it's in the center. And then I'm going to come back here. Let's do construct offset plane. Drag that just so it's as close to the center of those pipes as possible. Drag that over, like that. So I'm going to create a sketch. I will start. Let's start on this side plane. So let's start here. And I'm going to make sure I've got 3D sketch here. Okay, now it's not something I've used very much because it's something I find a little bit annoying to work with sometimes, because you think you've started sketching in the right place and then next thing you know you're sketching like in completely different like direction. But for this case it's perfect for what we want. So I'm going to 3D sketch and I'm going to go to create and line or keyboard shortcut of L, and I'm going to get this widget up here. So I'm going to start up here. I'm going to aim to have it as close to the center of the pipe as possible. The only key thing really here is to make sure that I'm getting it perfectly 90 degrees. It should snap when it goes into 90 degrees, which is what we want. And then here we want this to be in line, so I'm going to drag it over here, come across, and you see that little construction line appears just to make sure you're staying in line. I hit escape on my keyboard. We've now got that part there. I'm then going to continue by hitting L again. And then what I'm going to do is click on this part here. And you see what happened is it's attached to that front part of my sketch. But I'm now in the wrong plane. Let's just check. Now it's in the right plane, but we want to be a little bit lower down. So let's just do that. Let's trim that. I'll just drag that down a little bit. Like that. I'll drag that one down as well. There we go. Right, so I'm going to do that again. Hit L. And this is the only real tricky bit, is making sure you're sort of working in the right plane. Okay, and I'm going to come across like that. Again, trying to get as close to the middle of the pipe as we can do. And I'm going to come across to the middle, and I'm going to stop because we'll mirror it all across. So you see here, we've now got, I'll turn my canvas off for a second. The basic sort of very squared off sort of shape, but still the sort of shape that we're after. I'm then going to hit L again, and then let's grab this end here. But at the minute it thinks we want that side plane, we want that plane, so we can come across. We want to make sure it lines up with those. I'm going to escape for a second because these are not perfectly lined up, so let's take that and just drag that down. Otherwise it would have been uneven. Okay, then we're going to hit L. Let's grab that. Make sure we're in that plane. As I said, that's probably the most tricky little bit, or not tricky because it's not difficult, it's just a bit irritating really, is making sure you're always working in the right plane. I'm going to zoom out. There we go, and I'm going to come down. And then zoom out again. And then come over there and hit escape. If I zoom out, you'll see we've got that basic frame there. I'm going to turn those off now. Now, if you look at our canvas, obviously what we're doing is going to mirror it across, but we've got these rounded edges, so we're going to fillet those. Now, normally, keyboard shortcut for fillet would be F, but if I hit F now, it finishes my sketch and jumps into solid mode, which we don't want to do. So fillet in sketching and fillet in solids are two different things. So there's no keyboard shortcut for the fillet in sketch. So you just have to click on that. And then what we're going to do is let's click on these edges here, drag it down until we line up where we want it, hit enter, and same again, let's fillet. Annoyingly, our front and side planes don't match up perfectly, but we'll make do. So you get the just trusting random dimensions you find online. That's actually not far away from what I want it to be anyway. Hit enter and finish sketch. So I'm going to turn off my canvas so you can see what we've got. So now what we're going to do, first of all, give that a little save just so nothing gets lost. I'm going to create, I'm going to go to pipe. I'm going to select that pipe. At the minute, that is way too big. Let's turn on our canvas so we can see that's way too big. So let's bring that down. Let's have a look. Let's try like 50. Still too much. 40. 20. That's probably more like it. Click on OK. So we've now got that shape. I'm going to turn off the canvas for now, and we're going to create mirror bodies. I can just select that body, mirror plane. I can just grab that edge, get set to join, and hit OK. And very easily, or very quickly rather, we've got the main part of our chair. So next thing we're going to do, drag it over my image. Let's have a go at doing that this back piece here. Okay, so I'm going to drag that away again, turn our canvas back on, So let's see. So if we're going to do that, it's going to be on the outside. So I'm going to drag this over again just so you can sort of see what I'm looking at. So in fact, what I might do is let's do these pipes first, because then they're tangent to this frame here, and then that is then tangent to that. So that kind of gives us a frame to build on. So let's bring that over. Drag this back over to my other side. So I've got my screen on my second screen on the opposite side. What I normally do is I keep dragging the wrong way, and it's really throwing me off. Okay, so let's go to construct tangent plane. What I'm going to do is click on that, click OK, and you see that's now tangent to that. I can make that longer and bigger. It doesn't really matter. It's actually infinite, so it doesn't matter how big it looks. It's just there as a reference, really. So then let's hit alpha line. First of all, let's do P for project. Hit alpha line. Hold that over being P so that can come right down the middle. Come straight across. Like that. Escape. So then what I can do is let's sketch, create pipe again. It won't remember our last one. I'm going to set that to new body. The reason it's cutting it is because it intersects at the minute, which we don't want. But we can move that, so let's do that now. I'm going to come out, open up our folder here, bodies, right click, move copy, drag it out there. And because we're using the front as our more accurate reference, let's drag this down a bit more, like that. And then we want it to overhang a little bit, so let's go to press pull. And what we can do is drag that out to about there. We'll do the same in this part. Let's press pull, grab that face, grab it out just so you can see a little bit of it. And now we can use our key push. I've got F for fillet. I'll come to fillet here. I'll modify fillet. I'm going to grab that surface, that first surface, drag it just so it's rounded off, like that. We want to have two of those. Now I could just mirror that straight across, but let's, just for easy's sake, let's go Control C, Control V, and I can just copy and paste and just drag that straight across. Excuse me, like that. We will give the appearance of like bolts and things coming out of it as well, but we'll do that at the end. So let's just turn our cameras off. Oh, now it's bodies. Let's see what we've got. It's now starting to resemble more and more of the frame. Give that a little save. Okay, and then we're going to turn our cameras back on. And the whole purpose of doing that was so that what we could do is we go to construct tangent plane, do a plane that's tangent to that. We're then going to create a sketch. Hit L for line. Come up. Like that, hit escape. Let's drag that. down. Across. Okay, while we're doing that, drag that down. Position. That'll be fine. If it doesn't line up exactly, it's not the end of the world. So I'm going to hit L again and come across like that. And then we want to have that coming across. So I'm going to just turn that off a second. Hit L again. I'm going to grab that line. I want it to be on this plane here, so I can drag across. And then let's just drag any sort of distance across there for now. And then we're going to do the same down here as well. So I'm going to hit L for line, click on that, and I want to go on this plane here. This time I do want to turn my canvas back on. It's going to come out to about there. So we've now got that. I'm going to just turn this off for now. I'm going to finish sketch. Now I want to have a mid plane. So what I'm going to do is go to construct, tangent plane, and grab that surface there. Do this on the outside, and then the same with the tangent plane there. And then I'm basically going to use that just so I'm going to construct a mid plane. Click on that surface, click on that surface, click OK. And then I've got what here guaranteed to be exactly in the middle of my object. So anything needs to be mirrored, anything needs to be cut, it's fine. So I'm going to use that to cut this little bit here. So that's the whole reason for doing that, was just so I could have a mid plane. In fact, I'm going to give that a name, call that mid plane, just so I've got it. So same as before, I'm then going to go back to this sketch and do some fillets. So let's turn reference back on. Let's fillet. That actually is fine. And then let's do the same again. Let's fillet. Yeah, bring it round. And then fillet this bit as well. Finish sketch, and much like before, let's go to create pipe. We've got 320. We're going to do new body again. And then we're going to hit OK. Turn that off. Now it's going to intersect with stuff which we don't want, which is fine, because what we're going to do is right click, move, copy, and you can see it's intersecting there. So we can just drag that until it's not. Something like that. Now this is where we had our mid plane, so I'm going to take that. And you can see it's now there. So let's go to split body. I grab this one, splitting tool, that. And I turn that off now, so I can click that and hit V. For visibility turns it off, or the eyeball there. Now this bit here, I no longer need, so I'm going to take that and remove. And the whole point of doing that is so that I can just go to create, mirror, bodies, mirror plane, and just grab that surface there, select join. So I've now got that frame there. So same as before, let's just fillet. I'm going to check nothing's intersecting, all good. And I'm going to just hit F for fillet, or again, fillet there. Or fillet. Interestingly as well, what you can do, press pull, and you can do fillets that way. I'll still do it the same way. But hit F on the keyboard for fillet. Rotate round. Drag that in. Something like that. Again, just get in the habit of giving a quick little save every once in a while. Auto save is enabled, so we shouldn't have anything like amazingly drastic happen. And now I've just said that out loud, I've obviously just jinxed myself. So let's bring back our reference image. So the last one to do in terms of like the tubing, we've got this frame here, we've got back part, it's just these two along here, and then we're going to figure out doing the leather strapping for the actual chair itself. So I'm going to come to the front side. I'm going to drag this back over so I can see what's going on. So these lines here are going to be tangent to the outside of this tube here. So construct, tangent, click on that, click OK. And again, doesn't matter what size that is, I can drag it and make it whatever size, but it's actually infinite. Create sketch. I actually don't need 3D sketch on anymore. I'm going to turn it off because I just gets in the way and it annoys me. Okay. I'm just going to hit L for line. I'm going to come straight across like that. Finish sketch. So I'm going to move this around in a minute, but let's go to create and pipe first of all. 20 mil because it always remembers the same one. New body, click OK. So, a few things. One, it needs to make sure it's not intersecting, so let's do that first. Let's take this one, right click, move copy. Like that. Second, it needs to make sure it's resting on there. So in fact, what I'm going to do is let's delete those fillets. So all I'm doing is selecting the fillet and hitting delete on my keyboard and it will remove it. I'm just going to drag, I'm going to press pull that out a bit. So press pull, drag that, and let's just bring that out a bit. Let's call that 25. Just so it's a round number. I'm going to do the same on this side. So let's press pull. I'll do 25. Just so we know we've got exactly the same. I'm going to have a little bit of intersecting there, which we don't want. So let's take that again, right click, move copy. Now we want to move our pivot point because we're going to rotate it. So if we click on set pivot here, and drag this up, and just click on the center there, and then just confirm it by clicking on that tick. Because then what I can do is just grab my widget here. It might move where I want it to be. It doesn't need to be much, so let's try like 2 degrees. That's way too much. 0.5, still too much. 0.2. 0.1. Just want to make sure we've got a bit of clearance, that's all. 0.5. There we go. So we've now got that. Again, like before, let's just press pull. Just to bring this out, because we're going to fill it back. That's a bit more rounded. That one is fine. Let's then hit F for keyboard, or again, fill it up there. Grab those. Too much to fill it. Let's bring that back down. Something like that. And then we're going to copy and paste that over. So let's take that. Control C, Control V. Drag that right over here. Bring that into position. That was probably a bit better positioning than this one. There's still quite a bit of a gap there. Right click, move copy. Something like that. And then let's just fill it. F on keyboard, these again. And click OK. So if we zoom out, we have finished the actual frame itself. So let's just drag our image back over just so we can double check. So we've got all our frame done. So now it's very much a case of getting straps done. I'm going to drag this back up to the side. Again, what we'll do is a lot of mirroring or copying and pasting. There's no sense in doing it all twice. So, first one we're going to have is here to here. So I think the best thing to do, let's turn back on our canvas. So you can sort of see what's going on. It's a bit messy if you've got too many though, but let's jump over to surface now. I'm going to go to create offset. I'm going to grab that, but I'm not going to go on chain selection. So let's deselect, chain selection off. I'm going to select that. I'm going to turn off my canvas now. I'm going to drag so you can see what's going on. So if I was to drag, you see it's doing like a very, very paper thin offset of that surface. I don't want it to be offset by much. Let's do like something like that. So I've got that. Now what I want is let's go to create thicken. I'll take that and thicken it a little bit more. So let's try like another one and see how thick that looks. That's maybe a bit too thin. Something like that. Click OK. So this is why we may end up having to move a few other little bits, which is fine. So let's just copy just so nothing's overlapping. In fact, we're going to leave. No, I'm going to leave that because that's actually what we want to do. Back up to solids now. This is where it's going to get a little bit confusing. So just make sure you know which workspace you're in. So currently in solids, everything's blue. Surface, everything orange. Okay. So I'm going to jump back over to solids now, and I'm going to press pull, grab that surface, and drag that up just to about there. And the top bit we're happy with. Yes, we are happy with that. Right, let's take that. And you can see what's happened with that. Sorry, so I said with the thicken, I've got that thickened body there. If I turn that off, I've still got that surface there, but it assumes you're done with it, and we are done with it. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to Control C, Control V. Drag that over. Put that into place. Like that. Okay, I'm going to turn all of these off for now. So we want to have like the strap going through that. So I'm going to go to construct, and then we're going to do axis through a cylinder. Grab that, and then go construct, plane at an angle. And that limits the wrong way around, so we're going to do 90 degrees. So you see here, what we've got is a plane going directly through the middle of that cylinder. So then I'm going to go over to forms now. So we're going to get a bit confusing now. We're in a whole another workspace. I'm going to go to create a plane on this plane here. We'll change that to 2 point. We'll go to there. To there. That's directly in the middle, and I'm just going to add in a couple more faces. Just like that. And then what we're going to do is let's go to right click, edit form. In fact, I'll leave that one as it is. Let's then go to create, and thicken. That. Drag that, we made it too thick, didn't we? Okay, now we're going to finish sketch, or finish form rather. Now that is moved slightly, so I'm going to right click and move. Just drag that as close to, let's do, that's one. That's right in the middle. We're going to join those together. So we want to get rid of this excess bit here. So let's go to split body, split that using the inside of there, because that then means we can get rid of that inside bit. Do the same on this part here. So let's do split body, and that inside bit there. Again, we can get rid of that. We will clear up the bits we don't want at the end as well. Let's then combine those together like that. So we've now then got one of our leather straps. What we want to do then is let's fill it. We're going to start to fill it these a little bit so it looks a little bit less like straight edged. The same on the other side. Hold down control. Don't mean to do that. I want to grab that edge. Come around. Grab that edge there. Click OK. Then once, hopefully, it will let us fill it here. Let's try 1.2. Come around to the bottom as well. Hold down control. 0.2. Oh, can we go a bit further? 0.3. Let's do 0.5. Okay, so that's one strap done. So let's turn that off now, and these bits we don't want, so I'm going to right click, remove, right click, remove. And we can also, let's remove that as well. So we'll remove that to bring everything else back. I am just going to start adding some material just so we can start to see what's going on. Type in leather. Let's just do like leather mat. And then let's do like give that a little save. I'm going to texture some of the software as well. So for now, it's just so I've got an idea how it's looking. Let's take that. So we can Control C, Control V. And this is going to come straight across to here. Bring it into position. Okay. Let's just see how we're looking in render. Give that a quick save as well. Starting to look quite good. Let's then do the bit of the base here. So same as before. Let's jump over to surface. And again, remember, most confusing bit is when we're jumping between different workspaces. You just look, if you're never not sure, just look for the color of what you're going on here. So surface is the oranges. We're going to go to create, offset, create offset there. We've not got change selected there, which is what we want. I'm going to click on OK. And last time we did a 1 mil offset, so I'm actually going to make sure, hopefully it remembered. Did it remember? It didn't, so let's do 1 mil. OK. And then we're going to create thicken. And we did that as 2 mil, and it's remembered that one. Okay, so click on OK. Again, back over to solids, press pull. Let's grab that. And just looking at the reference image, it does just come down to like that. Let's do that's 24. Okay. And we'll do the same here. Let's go to press pull, grab that. Oh, no, wrong surface. Let's do minus 24. Like that. In fact, this one's going to need to be a bit more because it needs to be past this little part here. So let's drag that a bit further up. Okay. So we've got that. Let's copy and paste that over to the side. I'm going to take this, Control C, Control V, drag that across into position. Okay. Let's get rid of everything else for now. Turn off this axis, which we don't want. We'll do the same thing again. Construct axes through a cylinder. Click OK. Construct plane and angle. You see that's done it in the wrong angle, so let's do that 90 degrees. So that's directly in the middle of them. Again, I'm going to give it a save just to make sure nothing happens. Create a sketch. Oh no, we're not creating a sketch, sorry. Let's turn that back on. I'm going to go to create form, click on that surface. And then let's go to plane. And this is where what we want to do is drag across. Like that. Now we are going to add a few more width faces in, something like that. Now we did this with the other one and it didn't really matter, but the reason why we're doing this now is because what I'm going to do, obviously this is where someone sits down on it, so we want to make it sort of sag a little bit. So I'm going to go to edit form. I'm going to click on this edge here. So let's go to edge, double click that edge there. Now if I go to soft modification and drag it, you see it kind of makes it look a little bit like it's sort of essentially been satin. So it's got a bit of sag in it. We don't want much, we don't want like loads, we just want a little bit, just so it looks a little bit more realistic. I'm going to click OK. Let's go to modify, thicken, and again 2 mil. Okay, and finish form. So we've got that sort of sag dip sort of thing. Okay, we then want to take this, right click, move copy. Let's set the pivot point. There you go, and then we're going to move this so it's central. So it got thickened in one direction by 2 mil, so let's move it up by 1 mil. Hit enter. So same again. Let's go to split body, splitting tools. Let's see if it'll let us do both at the same time. It will. Perfect. Okay, and then let's combine those. Again, let's F for fillet. Hold down control, work your way around. That. No, we haven't gone all the way down there, so let's try and press pull that into position. We're the same on both sides. Right, but it gives us a save, so nothing bad happens. Press pull. Right, if I have to drag that and then click there, perfect. Click OK. Do the same on this side. Press pull. Have to drag it a little bit. Let's say click to there, so it snaps into position. Then that's it, F again. 0.5, I think we did. Come around to this side again, hold down control. Click OK. Turn it off for now, and these bits we don't want, so again we can right click, remove, right click, remove, and then we're not going to need that as well, so let's right click and remove that. Bring everything else back again. A for appearance, we've already got our leather there, let's drag that on. Close. Again, I probably don't need to be saving this much, but I'm just paranoid. I've lost quite a lot of progress before because I thought autosaver kicked in and it hasn't always. Let's see how we're looking. Okay, so last one to do, I'm just checking the image on the screen, is there's two straps going across there and there, but let's drag it over so you can see what's going on. So all we've got left to do is these two straps here, we'll do one and we'll copy and paste it down, which should be okay. So let's go to design and give me 1 second. Okay, right. We are going to back over to surface again, create, offset, change selection not on, click OK. And then we're going to do 1 mil. Remember, these are measurements we've done previously. So if you did slightly differently on your one, just use the same one that you did before. Create, thicken, and do 2 mil. Click OK. Then back over to solids again, press pull. Let's grab this surface here. Bring it up. Just sort of looking at my reference image. It's going to be something like that. Click OK. And it's going to be a little bit lower than here. Drag it down just a smidge. Something like that. Okay. Let's take that. Control C, Control V. Drag that over. Click OK. Much like before, let's turn off these parts. Let's construct axis for a cylinder. Grab one of them, doesn't matter which. Construct plane at an angle. Again, it's not the wrong one, so let's do 90 degrees. That just means it's directly in the middle. Back to our form tool. Let's go to plane. Grab that there. And again, we're going to do sagging like we did for the actual cushion at the base, like at the bum. So let's add a few more widths. Like that. Oh no, let's just put an extra one, sorry. I should have done 6 rather than 5. Let's just do that again. There we go. And then let's go to create, modify thicken. 2 mil, it remembers. Okay. Before we do that, let's create this sagging. So let's grab the edge, grab that, soft modification on. Just drag that just a bit, and we can make this a little bit more like universal, so it like spreads its field of influence basically. So drag that, I don't want loads, just a little bit, something like that. Then we'll finish form. Oh, we won't, we've not thickened it yet. Edit, modify, thicken. I will do 2. Okay, it's thickened it up a lot of times, so we're going to bring it down. So let's go to finish form. Right click, move copy. Let's just move our pivot point. Drag that down. One, so it's in the center. Then split body. Split tool. Let's grab those. Click OK. Just check which ones they are. It should be that one and that one, which it is. Combine. Let's then hit F for fillet again. Grab. Bring it up a bit more. Hold down Control. That. I'm just going to turn off these axes and planes because we don't need them. And then I think our surfaces don't quite match up, so let's do press pull, drag up, click there. And let's rotate around, do the same on the other side. Press pull, grab that, drag it up a little bit, and then just click on there. The reason why I drag up a little bit is if you click on a surface and click on another surface, it thinks you want to offset them at the same time and the same distance. So because I started dragging it and then I click, it goes, okay, you want to reference that side. That's why I'm sort of dragging it a little bit first. Give it a save. Hit F for fillet. 2.5. Rotate it around this way. Hold down Control. Click. Click OK. Turn it off a second. So again, right click, remove, right click, remove those bits we don't want. I guess I don't need that surface anymore. Let's bring everything back. Let's hit A for appearance. I'm going to drag that leather on there. And then what I'm going to do is let's take that, Control C, Control V. Set pivot point. So it's going to be a line. Drag it down. See how that looks. Okay. Give that a save. In terms of the modeling side of everything, we're done. I am going to have a go at texturing this in another software. I am considering doing a little bit of a series of trying to get like better quality renders in Fusion, but I tend to go on different softwares just because I feel like you can get better results. But let's just check in render. So modeling side of everything is done, and it's got the basic sort of materials to it. So if you're stopping there, hopefully you've enjoyed it. You've learned a little bit. We jumped around a few different work spaces. But if you're going to continue on, follow me with texturing. I'll see you in the next part. Before I need to take it over to texture it, all I've done is go to File, Export, and export it as an FBX. So that's now completed. So I'm going to jump over to 3D Coat Texturer. I'm then going to click on Paint UV Mesh Maps. I'm going to click on this here to bring in my own model. And then I've got my chair FBX there. I'm going to double click on OK. And then settings here, auto mapping, because we haven't got any UV maps, auto mapping needs to be selected. Z ups, otherwise our model's going to be not orientated correctly. And then if I leave treat materials as separate textures, so this is because the materials, we already added the leather and stuff on there, so it'll like separate them for us. Click on OK. It's going to calculate the UV maps for us. You can see the progress up here. Obviously, the more powerful your laptop or your PC, the slightly faster it will do it. So we've now got our model in. So to rotate, if you just click left mouse button and then drag around, you can rotate it. If I right mouse button click and drag forwards, backwards, or up and down, I can zoom in and out. I can also use scroll wheel. There we go. And then first thing I'm going to do is go to textures, calculate occlusion, click on OK, and this is going to calculate essentially the shadows that need to go onto our material. And then texture and calculate curvature. Click on OK. Okay, so it's quite an easy thing to texture because it's literally just leather for the straps and then nice metal for the frame itself. But the big benefit of Textura, the reason why I like using Textura when I've done Fusion models is that it'll create all the UV maps for you rather than having to go into like Maya or Blender and doing that. But so a lot of the materials have already got sort of key details built into it. So I'm going to let's go to leather first. Okay, in fact, I'm going to turn ambient occlusion off. I've got a layer here. If you need to add a new layer, just click there. But we'll go on layer 1 for now. Go to leather, so we've got a few options pre-built in. So let's double click on this one. If you go on preview here, it gives you an idea of what it looks like. For some reason, it's not doing a very good preview. But if we go to like fill and click, you can sort of see how it's going to turn out. You can always Control Z to undo. Okay, there you go. The previews look a bit better now. Gives you an idea what it's going to look like. If you double click, you can edit it slightly. So it's got all the textures that go along with that. If you want to change the color of it, but we want it to be black. Because it's going to be black leather. So let's leave that as it is. And then click on fill, and then let's click on each of these straps. Like that, and I might close that so you can see what's going on. So very quickly, we can easily add in our materials. So we go to render and sort of see how that's starting to look a little bit. Let's jump back over to paint. I'm going to go onto this new layer that I've created here, and we're going to want a metal of some kind. So let's try the aluminium. Let's see how that sort of looks. Let's try this and see how it looks. big fan of that was. Let's just have a look through. You don't have to pick the same materials that I'm picking. I'm just sort of playing around with ones that I think might look quite nice. Let's jump over to render, have a look. So what I might do is add a new layer. So we have a look at adding in some scratches. Have a look. Okay, we don't want that to be too harsh. Let's bring that down. Let's try that and see how it looks. Again, just jumping back over to render. Let's get some scratches. Okay, let's bring that opacity down a little bit. We don't want loads and loads of scratches. Okay, that's little, see how it looks. Well, very easily, I think we might be done. So let's jump over to render so we see what's going on. What I might do is play around. I'm going to give this a little save. Let's play around with the light a little bit. So get a few nice angles from it. And then let's just make sure we've got our shadows turned on. And we'll stop there. So hopefully you've enjoyed following along. Got any questions, please leave a comment down below, or email me at design with Simon at outlook.com.